Are you sure your sitcom has got characters in it? Oh, of course it does. What a stupid question. But are they characters or just job titles with dialogue? Or identities telling jokes? Characters are everything in your sitcom. It's not the premise, it's not even the joke, it's the characters, or as I'm going to call them, personalities. That's the first part of my new sitcom engine because I'm interested in helping you build sitcoms that actually generate stories repeatedly. So I'm going to give you 2 ways of thinking about your characters or personalities in your sitcom that will drive them forwards, because your sitcom is only as good as the characters trapped inside it. Now this is foundational stuff. Rush this, and it's not that your script won't work, it can't work, okay? And it will not stand out amongst the thousands of other sitcom scripts. So let's just get really clear on the problem. In fact, some problems. Your character is not a job or a profession or a role. They're not a lawyer, a firefighter, a politician, a vicar, a hotelier. That's a job. Profession is not personality. They're not a role, a child, a newlywed, a young mum, an empty nester. That's a stage of life, not a personality. They're not a backstory, a victim of a broken home, someone who's won the lottery. That's a series of events, not a personality. They're not an identity, a race, a sexuality, a gender. That's not a personality. None of this generates comedy in your sitcom. Even if you combine them. A female, British, Asian young mum has just been elected mayor of the town. Who is she? I don't know. That's a description of a person's situation. That's not a character. That's not a personality. Now, there are 2 P's coming. I've promised you that. But here's another problem. Your character is also not a bit of this and a bit of that. Sometimes they're like this. Sometimes if they feel like it, they do that. Hey, they're quirky, they're impulsive, they're outrageous. No, stop it. Yes, they do need to be larger than life. They do need to be personalities, but this isn't just randomly applied. They don't have traits or characters. They are driven by them. Your character, your personality needs to be driven and want something, which will cause them problems and conflict with other characters or personalities. And that is where the comedy comes from. Otherwise, your characters are just jukeboxes for jokes. And that's fine for stand-up comedy, but it won't sustain a sitcom beyond about 45 seconds. And that's our first P that I promised you earlier, and it is this: purpose. Okay, got that? Purpose. Your character needs purpose. Ask this question of your character. What do they want? What are they trying to get out of life, out of relationships, out of today? It's not a promotion at work. It's the reason they want that promotion. Why do they want it? What will it bring them? Respect, status, control of their time, validation. What does this character want? What are they chasing? What are they trying to prove? What do they think will make them happy finally, at last? And in each episode, they're going to go after that one thing, but in a different way. In each episode of Fawlty Towers, Basil Fawlty is trying to run a classy hotel because he wants status, because he's a snob. In each episode of Cheers, Sammy is seeking pleasure. In each episode of Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson is seeking liberty and freedom. In each episode of The Vicar of Dibley, she wants to be liked because if people like her, they will like Jesus. And they will do whatever it takes to get that thing, including, in the case of The Vicar of Dibley, eat 3 Christmas lunches on one day. But you can't have plots and quests until you have purpose. Sitcom characters need hopes to pursue and dreams to be dashed. So, our young mum who is mayor of her town, let's say she's all about control. She likes order. Everything just so, just in its place. But that's not enough. The purpose is about the want. It's about the selfish desire. But they also have a concern for the world around them, and they have strong views on the kind of world they would like to live in. And that is the second P, perspective. Perspective. Question: how do they see the world? Better question: what do they think is wrong with the world? Even better question: how are they trying to fix the world? Basil Fawlty sees a world that's gone to hell in a handcart, and his classy hotel is part of the solution. Ron Swanson sees a world of rules and government and oppression, and he's trying to set people free so that they can take responsibility for themselves. What about your character? When they look at the world, what do they see? That is perspective. How are they trying to fix the world? That's their purpose. We're back to purpose. Personalities that have purpose and perspective. Why did our young mum want to run for mayor in the first place? Because she wants order. She sees a world in disarray and she's going to fix it. That world includes her town. And maybe that seems like an easier job than fixing maybe her dreamer of a son, her unreliable sister, and her intransigent mother. Sitcom characters are not job titles who tell jokes. They're definitely not people to whom funny things happen. They're not a bunch of adjectives. They're personalities with purpose and perspective. But where are they? What's going on? What's the situation in the situation comedy? Well, that is The Precinct, and we'll look at that in the next video.